Representing the 25 to 28 foot class in the bay boat category, the Jupiter 25 Bay has an overall length of 26 feet 1 inch, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 300. Built to overperform in blue water and inside the inlet, she has a draft of 15 inches, a dead rise of 15 degrees, a dry weight of 3,900 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 90 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, George Labonte and Rick Riles.
How you feeling, partner?
I'm feeling pretty good. Let me tell you something. We get on dozens of boats every year. You know, we have some easy days and some hard days. There's gonna be something hard about this day. You know what the hardest part of this day is gonna be?
Go ahead.
Getting me off this boat.
Let me tell you something. I can see that from the minute you left the inlet this morning, buddy. You were loving life.
It goes a lot deeper than looks with this boat. This is a fishing machine. A beach assassin, we're standing on it. You couldn't build a more perfect boat for running the beach, sight fishing for cobias, tarpon. You want to fish the beach, you want to stop and fish a wreck halfway out there, anchor up and snapper fish. Great closed transom for doing that. Nice and stable. This boat will take you inshore and fish on the inside, in the mangroves, around the jetties, that kind of fishing. It really does a lot of jobs. Now there's a lot to look at on the boat. Why don't we get started right here?
You realize how unbusy this boat is?
All the kinds of fishing that I do on a boat, I don't want to have all kinds of stuff spread out everywhere, scattered. I'm looking for it. And this boat really represents the clean look of a boat that I really like. You could have 4 or 5 people hooked up at the same time, going over and under one another, and you're going to walk around here and you're not banging into each other. Super clean.
Give me that level deck.
You know, not just a level deck, Rick. Let's talk a little bit about deck height and freeboard on the boat too. I like to come up somewhere around my knees, right there above my knees, and in the bow, you're braced really nice, and it takes it all the way to the back. The bolster goes 360 around the boat too. You've got a 330 quart insulated box here, a 705 quart insulated box right there. These are giant spaces, a nice, big, comfortable, wide seat with the drink box underneath it.
There's even more to that than the cooler, George. Lift up that pad right there. What a great access you've got to your electronics and switches.
Very easy to get to and also hidden away, just keeping consistent with the clean look of the boat. I need to show you something back here. You've been looking at me in it all day. Why don't we move to the center of the boat and look at the star of the show for me.
All right, oh great captain, show me where you're... George?
Hey, up here, buddy.
I could have guessed, that's your favorite part.
Yeah, well, where did I spend the whole day? Where did I climb into at the marina and spent the entire day until we parked it right here?
George, it's not just fun. We know how much fun it is to ride up there. What a weapon.
From a fishing standpoint, you're gonna see way more fish. You're gonna see them further off.
Being able to see from that height adds one more dimension.
Yeah, you know what? And it's not a tower, it's just a tower to get you up high. Style-wise, ergonomics, this tower is designed beautifully for one thing. It looks great on the boat. More importantly, it's really easy to get in and out of.
If it's going to be a Jupiter, it can't have an average tower. Now, how about if you come on down out of there and we go to work?
All right, if I have to.
Welcome back to my world.
Thanks. The air's a little thinner down here.
George, it's a Jupiter, of course. It's got a low profile, well laid out, sexy looking console.
You're right, it's keeping consistent with the entire clean look of the boat here. You've got 2 nice MFDs, 2 Garmin units right here. Look, there's not a switch. We've got C-Zone on this boat. You've got a dry storage compartment here with a couple of power points to plug in the phones. You've got plenty of shade over you. You've got rod holders back here. And you know, this helm seat also serves as a bait well. Let's move back here and take a look at it.
Buddy, I know what you mean about having this live well right here. I like the clear lid. Have you seen the price of goggle eyes lately?
Yeah, here's a 40-gallon live well. That's standard. You can actually upgrade to a 55-gallon well if you need more than that.
I tell you what, I appreciated the great gasket they put around that live well because there's tackle storage right behind it. You sure don't want water splashing out of it.
What that gasket is going to do for you, Rick, I mean, a pressurized well, you got a high-speed pickup when you're running. You put a lot of water to it, it fills up to the top, but it's not going to squirt out the sides of it. It's not going to get you wet back here. It's going to keep the bait in control, not sloshing around, getting beat up when you're running from A to B. For storage under the deck back here, you've got 2 220 quart insulated boxes. In the center deck here, you've got a nice large opening to get to your builds, systems, but let's have a look at what you've been talking about all morning. I like the tower. You won't stop talking about this.
Man, let me tell you something. That seat is dynamite. First off, it's the most comfortable place to sit on a boat. And with this wraparound back, as plush as it is, It locks you in. I mean, you feel like, oh, you feel like you're in your mother's arms when you're sitting in there.
It's cozy, and it's removable. It's fitting into 2 rod holders here. If you don't want it, you take it out, you're back to a fishing boat. You've also got a nice wide transom gunnel here. This closed transom is great when everybody's in the back of the boat fishing. They've also got an integrated swim platform on both sides of the boat with a ladder on this side of the boat.
We've been an admirer of Jupiter offshore boats for a long, long time, right?
Sure.
If they're going to come into the bay boat market, they built a Jupiter. Does that make sense?
Sure.
They have built a Jupiter of bay boats. She's 25 feet long. If you're serious about being a beach assassin, just like my buddy Captain George Labonte, you need to see the new Jupiter 25.